Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap. We're going to start with Bitcoin, followed by Ethereum, XRP, BNB, Solana, Dogecoin, Tron, and then we're ending with ADA number 10. Let's get straight into it. Bitcoin against USD. Okay, so Bitcoin has been falling, which is pulling the market down. Almost everything is red. Almost everything is red. Almost everything is red. So anyway, the point is that BTC is in a correction and we have already hit the noisy area over here. So there is some sort of a buying pressure coming in. I suspect that we may rise up a little bit higher, and should we get mountain ranges, there is a high likelihood of BTC going back under the skinny pink line. Right. If we touch it, right? If we touch it. But at this point of time, to be honest, we're still above the skinny pink line, which means that the bullish trend is still on for BTC. If we were to switch over to the weekly, you will see that BTC had a shooting star here and here, right? Something like a shooting star at two bearish reversal candlesticks over here. And to be honest, right, even last week, it's something like a gravestone doji, something like that. So weekly grave. Okay, you don't have a gravestone. Skull. Okay. Weekly gravestone doji. Okay. Okay, I like this emoji. Anyway, the point is the signs are quite bearish here, right? If you were to look at this particular week, right, beginning on the 1st of Sep, right, if this was a bullish engulfing, then hey, I would be leaning more towards the bullish side of things. Like for example, over here, right, there was a bearish engulfing, but you know we reversed back up with a bullish engulfing. So I'm like, that's very interesting. So it did not come on the 1st of September. What came is a relatively weak, I would say, candlestick, right? Although we went higher than the open of the red candlestick over here on the 25th of August, still, yeah, things are not really looking too good, right? There are some clear bearish signs coming on for BTC, and I'm not too sure whether if this is the top though. If we go any higher, right, even just a little bit higher once we hit 125, right, without forming any proper bullish reversal chart pattern, I suspect that this is a max short for BTC, as we could be potentially forming a very big head and shoulders and dropping very, 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 very low, right? But of course, things might just, we might just form the mountain over here and just continue dropping lower, right? But again, should we go any higher, right, hitting 125,000, before coming back down under the skinny pink line, then again it's like it's like a very very clear very overbought situation for BTC, which means that more likely than not it's gonna drive the price down back under 100,000. So yeah, but anyway, the point is we'll cross the bridge when the time comes. Right now, BTC is still in a bullish trend, so we're just marking around within this range. Right, there's no clarity coming on for BTC yet, right? Even on the smaller time frames, let's say the daily, right? There's already a bearish engulfing over here, right? Where is the bullish engulfing at the bottom? There's none. There was a bullish engulfing over here, but we took out the lows again. Yeah, again, bearish engulfing over here, right? There was a bearish engulfing, so this just led to more downside. So again, we need to see that bullish reversal chart pattern coming yet. We still don't see it yet, so we still can't say for sure whether if we're gonna be sending from here to 125. I mean, if we don't hit 125, right? If we stay within this range and we do some sort of an accumulation consolidation, then hey, we'll probably go much higher, right? But we need to rest. We need to correct or either rest, either one. Right? This is gonna take time. So again, I can't say for sure whether if this is going to be a bullish reversal candlestick. We've just started the week and it's already red. Maybe by the end of the week, right, next week, this might turn into a hammer, a green hammer for Bitcoin on the weekly, potentially. But at this point of time, yeah, things are quite bearish. So be very, very careful about going long for anything, ETH against BTC. So if you look at ETH BTC, so ETH is, losing some of its gains against BTC. How much lower are we going to go? Again, the suspicion is that we're going to drop to this area. I'm gonna drop to this area. So yeah, again, there's a alert over here. But the point is that I think we're gonna drop lower, right, to this noisy area. That's my guess. I think we're gonna drop here. So there's still a long way down, right? I think the setup is for shorting. But still, you gotta wait for the mountain range. There was actually a kind of a head and shoulders over here before the drop. But anyway, the point is that should we get mountain ranges over here, yeah, then I would assume that we're gonna drop to this area here at about 3.4, under 3.4. Right. As long as we're above the scalping line, remain with a bullish bias for Ethereum. Against USD, Ethereum does feel like it is gonna drop to this noisy area over here. So you see this noisy area over here? 3008, I would say. Around 3008. So there's a little bit more downside to come for Ethereum. We're at 4002. We've already okay, we almost on perps, we've already taken out this high. This low FUSDT. Right, if you look at it, we've already taken out this low. On spot, not yet. So to me, I think this is a short though for Ethereum. I think we're gonna drop lower. Again, technically, we're still above in the long trend, right? Long bullish trend. It's still intact. So we're anticipating the possibility of the continuation towards potentially where's our target? Where's our target? Okay, we didn't have any targets yet. Okay, so I think we're gonna wait for a retrace first, right? Yeah. So my guess is about 3008, somewhere around this area, right? This is where I think Ethereum is gonna drop to. So watch out for the drop to this noisy area over here before a potential bullish continuation. Should we get bearish chart pattern, just above the scalping line, we might drop a little bit lower to this noisy area. We might even just stop here though. So just watch out for the noisy areas around 3008. That's the first one. So we'll talk about 3008 first. So yeah, more downside to come for Ethereum. So be very, very careful. XRP is also in some sort of a... The thing about XRP is that we're forming lower highs and lower low, which means that we're actually in a falling channel downwards trend for XRP against USD. Any signs of a bullish reversal yet? No. Are we still in a bullish trend? Yes, because we're above the scalping line. Right. Any bearish reversal chart pattern? No. No bearish reversal chart pattern. Right. Are there any bearish signs? Yes. There's a higher high. I suspect this is a double bearish divergence. And we could be actually heading lower. Should we get a head and shoulders over here for XRP? Drop to potentially close to $1, right? But again, we'll cross the bridge when the time comes. I still think that XRP has potential to go higher, right? Falling channel. If you look at it, on Bitstamp, we had clear targets for XRP. And we're still expecting the targets to be hit. One is at 472. The other one is at 610, right? But again, I suspect if and when we hit targets, right? Or even if we were to go a little bit higher, the fall is going to be pretty brutal though, percentage-wise, right? It's better, to be honest, that we reverse here. Right, as in we start the bearish trend, consolidate before continuing higher. That'll be the best case, but again, we're gonna have to wait and see how it goes. Right. As much as I would like to long XRP, there needs to be clarity first before we go put on any trade for XRP. BNB is the sole bullish coin in the top 10. Right. So for BNB, way back, when was it? Yeah, in 2024 January. I did mention that. This is where, because we're already above the scalping line, there was a squeeze coming on, symmetrical triangle, before we continued higher. Right, again, there was another symmetrical triangle over here, 1052. So there's another target over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that we are still anticipating it to hit. Right, could we go much higher than that? Sure, of course we could. Right, but if you were to look at a weekly, how does BNB fare? It's still very bullish. So to me, BNB more likely than not should be hitting its second target. So anyway, we've already hit target number 1. Right. This was the target which we acquired in July. Where is the green? Alright. July 1052. So the weekly looks pretty good though for BNB. Solid coin is a solid coin. Absolute solid coin. Right, to be honest, not just BNB, a lot of the other centralized exchanges are looking pretty good. Not just Binance Coin. So if you could just run through the centralized exchanges list, You know what I'm talking about. I did mention before there was another one which was KuCoin shares. It's already rising. So anyway, the point is I just talked about it last week. You can check out the videos. So the point is for BNB, we think that there's still a little bit more upside, right? This doesn't look bearish to me. Just look at the candlestick. We closed very bullishly. So very special. Most of the other coins are bearish except BNB. Except BNB. There's another coin that's also pretty bullish, which is AVEX, which we took a trade for. But anyway, the point is BNB more likely than not should be going higher. More likely than not. I'm not saying that we can't correct a little bit for BNB first, but more likely than not, BNB is going to head higher. This is a I wouldn't expect us to come back down under where's this? Okay, the next area, right? Noisy area will be here at around 800. I would say 170, sub 870. Right, there's something like a squeeze here, and after that we squeezed out. So BNB, in my opinion, should be heading higher. It looks good. It looks good. It looks good. So yeah, we fit target number 1. Ta-da! It's just that we might rest for a little bit. Yeah. Solana. Okay, so Solana against USD. Here we are for Solana. Solana is dropping pretty viciously. How much lower is Solana gonna go? I don't know. I don't know, bros. This looks to me again before it broke out towards the upside. It looks to me like a rising wedge, right? Rising wedges usually break lower. So yeah, but again, we are confined within this top and this bottom for Solana. So my guess is we will walk around here. Could we just zip higher? Sure, of course. Any chart pattern for us to work with for Solana? No. Right. The preferred move is down Solana. For me, right? Because this will be a very nice accumulation consolidation. Okay, an example will be here. We were just marking around before the breakout. So I need that mark around. I need to see that. I need the wheels to clear these lows first. Pump. Before coming back up. Right. Not saying we can't go any higher, but yeah, again, from a trading perspective, it's a no for me. Dogecoin against USD. So Dogecoin, again, just like Solana, is in a rising wedge. Rising wedges usually break lower. How much lower are you gonna go? I don't know. Dogecoin has been pretty in and out, I would say. As in like out of the skinny pink line, in, back, under, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. So, yeah, bro, what's happening? Right, and higher highs, just marginally higher highs. Again. Oh my god, that's Dogecoin for you. Tron against USD. So Tron is on a bender. It's an up only coin. How do you trade Tron? You trade up, you trade long. So now I'm beginning to see that Tron is a very good coin for going long, right? But again, because I've not been trading Tron because I feel that Tron is highly manipulated. But hey, that's the point, right? If you can easily see that manipulation, then trading should be, relatively easier as well. But anyway, the point is for Tron, yeah, it's, you can see that there are marginally lower highs, which is great. It's only a matter of time before the break towards the upside. There was a nice little squeeze over here, just like BNB, right? Pop up. So yeah, even the fall is so gentle. It's so gentle. Why? Because Tron is propped up by a billionaire. Justin is a yeah. Anyway, the point is, yeah, Tron is still in a bullish trend. So up for Tron. ADA against USD. What's happening with ADA? No idea. ADA is just in and out. We're at the skinny pink line. Are we gonna consolidate a little bit here before heading higher? Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's say for sure. So yeah, no, it's the next coin for me. All right, hope you guys have a great week ahead of you. See you in the next one. Ta-da!